So I'm literally going to type into chat, make me a quick landing page. And it's going to take a while because it has to make an image and do all this other stuff. But I thought, you know what, I'll make this in real time just so people know that how easy it is to make a website. And you could skip ahead, of course, do what you want. But I'm just typing what the website's going to be called. It's going to be called Winslow Design. And I live in Winslow, right? And I actually bought a domain name just to make this tutorial. That sounds stupid, but the output's coming out here. So chat's going to tell me, oh, this is what blah, blah, blah we should put or how we should design it. Sure. So I'm just going to ask it to make me a visual picture of it because it's going to walk you step by step. And I don't care about the step by step. I just want, what is it going to look like when I'm done with this? And that's what I use chat for mostly, is going to be creating images. So chat is great for images. And I've probably been working all day, so I know I'm at my end with chat right here, making images. I'm sure it's going to kick me out or say, hey, I can't make any more images, but we'll see. And then for the other one, I use Claude for the actual coding. So I'm using chat just for images, mostly just for the images. And then I'll use Claude to actually code the project. Claude is very smart. I mean, Claude can keep up with your full design all from beginning to end. If you just do a new project with Claude and you type in everything you need to type, Claude's going to keep up with it. So now that chat has made me an image, I'm literally going to say, make this into HTML code or turn this into some kind of like, where I could put it in Visual Studios, because right now it's an image. It's an actual going to be a JPEG. You can download it, do all that stuff. You can add the images onto Visual Studios as folders. So it's probably going to do that. I'll just fix it later. I'll probably start, because see, it's already telling me in project structure what it's going to look like, and it added images. And I'm probably not going to do the images because I'm already maxed out on my images, I think, today. So I'll probably have to fix the code later with Claude. And I'll just, so I'll let it spit all this code out, all this CSS. I'll just let it spit it all out to say, this is what it's sort of going to look like. This is the style. This is the images. This is the index, da-da-da-da-da. And then all I'm going to do is literally throw that exact same thing inside of Claude. I just want Claude to know what I'm trying to do or planning or whatever. So I'm saying the same thing to Claude. Make me a landing page. And then again, I'm going to say, hey, I bought a new domain name. And you're going to just buy a domain name. You can buy it off of wherever you're going to buy it from. I just use Namecheap because I have an account with Namecheap. And I don't like paying more than $1 or $2 for a domain, especially if like this, where we're just doing something real quick, nothing fancy. So you go to Namecheap, type in whatever you want, Winslow, whatever we're doing today, Winslow domain or Winslow project design, and just type in winslowdesign.com, see what pops up, take it for $1. I mean, with your website, you're going to want to get the domain name you're going to get. It's probably going to be like $10-$20. And then it's going to cost you every year another $10, $12. So take the time, pick a domain name for yourself. I'm just showing you how you can get this up really fast. So again, I'm literally typing in, I'm jumping back between chat and Claude. All I'm doing is copy pasting, because I'm giving it my structure, and I'm giving it what chat just gave me. Like, this is my image. This is what I'm planning. So I'm literally just copy pasting into Claude to give it an idea of the project that we're doing. And you're going to, whatever your project you're doing, like, oh, it's for my gym or it's for whatever. And then this is Visual Studio. So this is what I use, is Visual Studio to do pretty much everything. And you can ask it step by step. You can say, hey, Claude, I'm going to make a new project. How do I get started? So now that I've fed Claude all this stuff, I'm going to start a new project in Visual Studio Code. And you're going to have to download Visual Studio Code if you don't have it. This is how I do it. I'm sure there's other ways to make projects, but this is how I do it. So anyway, but yeah, you're going to open a folder because you're going to have to make a file folder. So I'm sure everybody knows how to make a folder. You're going to go into your local disk, go to your PC, local disk, go to your name, which is my name. I'm going to go to, it's going to show me all my stuff here, like my projects and stuff. So I'm just going to make a new project here, right click somewhere in here, and then make a new folder, and then I'll make it into YouTube. So when, So we'll just type it in, and then lowercase everything up. I feel like more comfortable when it's lowercase. So Winslow Design, we'll just call it Winslow Design. And it's going to tell you actually, if you read it, open your new project folder, name it Winslow Design. It even tells you what to name it, and just open it. Open that, select that folder and open it. So, you can literally follow this step by step on the left. It's literally telling you what to do. So now it's telling me exactly what to put in there. So right click, and create files of just index, create a files of styles, add your image folder. Like I said, that image folder, we'll put it in for now, but I really don't need it. So add a file, and the files are actual files. They're not folders. They're like actual files. So those files you can type script in. And again, Claude is going to tell you what to put in there. So the styles and the index are going to have code in them. And then the image folder, that's where you would put your images that you want to put inside, so that those images are used inside of your project. But for now, I will put that folder in. But I have to come back and fix this because I'm not going to do any images at all, because I'm definitely capped on chat today. But if you're not capped in chat, you can ask chat for images and be like, make a whole folder and put them in there and, make it look pretty and stuff. But that's not what we're doing today. But follow your layout though. In the beginning, follow your layout. I say follow your layout, whatever it gives you, just copy, do it. And then, you can always fix it as later or fix it as you go, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to read, obviously I'm going to have to edit this stuff, but, for now, let's just put it, I'm just trying to put this page up as fast as I can to show you how easy it is. And I'm doing this in real time. So just, all I'm going to ask it is to improve that code that I gave him from chat, because I feel like it's not organized. It's like everywhere. Every time you get it from chat, it's just a fumbled mess. So you can feed it back to Claude and say, can you reorganize and restructure all that code I just gave you? And again, you can get really complicated with this. You can say, hey, now that I have this up, or now that I have this, can you separate it into different files and folders? And then you can literally put everything in a different folder. It's much more organized. But again, we're just trying to get this up right now. But again, you can whenever it dishes out all this code, it's so much code, you can later separate it and ask Claude, hey, this whole code, can you separate it into different folders and areas? Because I feel like every area should be its own thing, da-da-da-da-da. But for right now, we're just going to slap it up there, and then probably turn this into a whole tutorial of how to fix it slowly. And it takes time. It's never your website is, you can keep fixing it. So see how it gives you the index, the style, and the script. It gives you everything you're supposed to do here, and you can just copy paste. So the computer's a little slow. Let's just give it a little bit. So we're going to copy, literally paste it in. You can go back, or you push the X button. So go back to your thing, and then you can download it as well. And then it'll give you you can open the text file, da-da-da-da-da. But you can just open it right in Claude. Just go back. And you can push X on these. Anyway, but yeah. And then, okay, so pretend you get an extra one. And you say, hey, that wasn't originally in my thing. Now it just gave me script, just a script. And I'm like, okay, well, I have index and style. What do I do with script? And it will literally tell you to make another file. It's going to tell you what to do. It's going to ask you step by step. So if you don't know what you're doing, you can just kick it back to Claude and say, hey, what do I do with this? And then it'll literally tell you, oh, okay, well, there you go. We're just going to add, to your folder structure. So now it's going to look like this rather than what you had before. And then you literally just add that file folder, type it in how it tells you, script.js, if I can spell, script.js, and then again, remember, every time you put a dot something, that just means what kind of code it is. Dot HTML, dot JS, dot CSS. That's just another whatever it is. That's just what kind of scripting it is. You know what I'm saying? So you're just going to copy and paste that script to literally it's copy paste. And that's what this is going to be is, and you know what's funny? It's done after this. We copy paste. We're pretty much done at this point. All we got to do now is get the page up. So, and then of course the images, we're just going to have to figure that out because the images, I know that, I mean, like I said, I'm capped out on chat. I've been using it all day. But if you aren't capped on chat, because it only gives you a certain amount of images for the day, you can actually type in like, hey, can you give me a few images of this or that? Or, hey, and then you can just fill in the blanks. So you could say, hey, I need a hero JPEG. I need, I need all these stuff for this thing and individual file folders or JPEGs, individual JPEG images, so that you can literally drag and drop them inside those images in that Visual Studios. But like I said, it's gonna tell me, hey, I'm at my max today. I already know, but yeah, that's how you would go about creating an image. I'm just saying, if you wanted to create images, you can literally ask chat to do it, and then you can pay for chat for it to actually keep giving you stuff, but I'm not gonna pay. So yeah, see, I'm capped for another 2 hours, so I would have to ask chat 2 hours later, like, hey, give me those images. Oh, but well, we'll do it in a minute. But yeah, I was gonna say we can actually take the image that I have currently from chat and then feed it to Claude, and he can turn that into my script. He can actually change that into my style script and stuff and change all that. So, and then if you don't know what to do next, just ask Claude, hey, what do I do next? Because I'm stuck. And he's probably going to tell us to go to Vercel or GitHub because you want to push this code onto GitHub, the in between. So let's see. So add your images. Okay, we're going to pretend I added my images. So test locally. We're not going to test. We're going to skip that too. Let's see. Customize the content. I really don't care about customizing content right now. So yeah, you could do all this stuff. But we're not. We're just gonna skip this stuff because yeah, you're gonna customize colors and do all this stuff. It's gonna tell you like you can make this look better. You can do all this stuff. But right now we're just trying to push it. So deploy to Vercel. This is where we're at. So we want to push onto GitHub. And again, GitHub is like the middleman between this Visual Studios and Vercel. It's the in-between. So you have to push it to GitHub. So let's push it to GitHub. I'm literally going to tell Claude, let's push it. How do we do it? So it's going to say, go to GitHub, log in. If you don't have a login, make a login. I have a login. And then it's going to tell you, make a new repository. So we're going to go to repository. We're going to make a new repository. We're going to name it whatever it tells you, Winslow Design. So we're just going to type in Winslow Design dash. Well, don't forget the dash for me because I made winslow-design.com because it has a dash in it. So you try to keep that same sort of idea. You know, if yours doesn't have a dash, don't put a dash. But mine has a dash, so I'm going to put a dash. And then it just tells you, make sure it's public. So I'm just going to go on my GitHub, click it. I'm just going to check my projects. You can check your projects, and then it should tell you, which projects are public. So, boom. So yeah, they're public. And then yeah, initialize. So you're just going to copy. And then terminal, you literally click back here you can just go to this little terminal at the bottom left, and you're going to scroll down and then copy paste. And then if it gives you an error code, then you can copy and paste this error code, because you're going to say, I don't even know. I copy pasted it and it gave me an error. What did I do wrong? And you can literally throw that at Claude and say, hey, there's something wrong here. What did I do? So it says, hey, it did work. But it happened because of this, right? You're already inside a Winslow design folder is what it says. So you want to, confirm, you want to add it again. So we're going to add it again. We're going to then copy paste again, because it looked like the first thing worked. The second thing worked. Let's copy and paste this last branch here. And then pretend you copy paste it. I'll show you what happens here, because it says your username right here, but I'm going to not fill in that username just to show you what it'll kick back. And see how it's red? Oh, crap, something's messed up. So we're going to copy and paste what we just copy and pasted, and we're going to talk to Claude, send it into Claude and say, I screwed up somewhere, Claude. Where did I screw up? And it's going to say, oh, I see, your username. Literally, you need to replace it with your GitHub username. And it's going to talk you through that. Oh, is this what it is? This is what it could be. And you can go to your GitHub and just literally copy, and you can cut out your GitHub name for it and give it to, because again, if you don't know how to do it, you're going to type it in. You're going to say, okay, copy paste. Let me show you. You can go in here and say, okay, well, I'm going to copy paste this, my Nest G King name, because I don't know exactly how, if you see it, it's right there. And then see how it says it already exists. This origin already exists. So I'm like, okay, well, I don't know what's going on here, because it's saying it already exists and I put it just in. So I'm going to copy cut, and you're going to go back to Claude and say, well, I'm going to give him everything I have and say, okay, well, I'm going to give him my GitHub to that page, to that Winslow design, and I'm going to feed it to Claude and say, this is what it's saying to me, Claude, because it's not letting me make it again. It's saying something that I already have this thing made, and I just keep copy pasting. Something's wrong. So I'm going to feed it to Claude and say, this is my GitHub, right? It's going to tell me to push it again. I'm going to push it in, and of course, it's going to keep giving us the same thing that it's like, hey, this thing's already made. But what I'm showing you is, even if you don't know what to do, you can ask Claude what to do. So we're gonna clear it, which is Command C or Shift C, and it's gonna clear everything. And then we're gonna push it back into GitHub. We're gonna give it all these error codes, and we're gonna say, hey, this is what it's giving me back in errors. Copy paste it to Claude, and Claude's gonna figure it out for you. So see how he says the old remote is still there? Let's fix it. Great. Let's copy and paste again into the terminal. And then it's going to tell you to add the correct one. Great. So we remove the original. We're going to put in the new one. And again, none of this makes sense to me half the time. But all I'm saying is we're literally copy pasting what Claude is telling us to do. So now that it's all blue, I think it worked. So I'm going to copy and paste it to Claude and say, this is what it gave me back, Claude. Look, our code is working now on GitHub. Hooray. Next we want to deploy to Vercel. Great. And Vercel is the end man, right? This is like where your website is. It holds your website. It's your hosting. It's your thing. This is your website getting hosted by somebody, by Vercel. And I use Vercel because it's free. So I'm just literally going to click deploy. It already built it for me. It pushed it from Git to Vercel. And again, if you don't have these, you just sign into GitHub. You just sign into Vercel. And it'll literally link up. It just asks you, because you can sign in Vercel with your GitHub and it's already linked. So you're just literally pushing buttons of deploy. And if you don't know what to do, just copy and paste the page to Claude and it'll walk you step by step. So now it's going to say, hey, it's working, it's deployed, but we need to add your domain name. So see how it says the domain is not set correctly because it's not the domain I put. It's just a random domain. So we can go to that Vercel domain and it's going to work. but it's better to just put in our domain. So we could use the Vercel domain, and that domain will work. But if you want a custom domain, then you're going to have to buy a domain. So buy your domain name, which you're going to want to look professional. So you're going to want to do your own domain name. And I bought mine from Namescheap. So I just go to Namescheap, type in whatever I want to buy, and it's $1 or $2. Let's buy it. So once you buy your domain name from Namescheap or GoDaddy or whatever you're buying it from, you're going to add that domain name. So let's add existing, and you're going to type in the domain name, which ours is going to be Winslow, and Winslow's where I live, Arizona. So -design.com. And you know what's funny? I was making this tutorial because I made a Winslow page, and I thought, why don't I just make, why don't I just make this into a quick tutorial? I mean, you can have it up in like 30 minutes. I'm sure people will be bored, but let's just see if people are willing to figure out how to make their own thing. So now I got an error code, right? And it says, oh, now I need to connect it to that domain name. So we're going to go manage it, and it's going to tell you step by step on Claude what to do. It says, settings, domains, click add domain, type this domain in. And then you're just so literally waiting for this thing. Hold on. But yeah, you go to Namescheap, and you're going to click the domain. And I'm sure in GoDaddy, there's the same thing set up. I'm sure it has this. And if it doesn't, just type it in Claude and say, hey, I bought it off GoDaddy, and it'll tell you step by step how to go through here. But we're literally clicking our domain, and we're making sure that it is on the. It's going to say right here, name servers, and all that is exactly what it tells me to. It's set up the same thing because it's saying Namescheap basic down here. All I'm making sure is that it's exactly how it tells me on the right side, that everything looks exactly the way it's telling me. So go to advanced settings. I'm literally just reading this right here. So find and what's funny? If it has extras or, I play with this stupid thing all the time. So you can delete anything extra that, if you were building something before and it scrapped on you, just scrap it all and delete it and start all over. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm literally copying, pasting this to, Claude to say, hey, this is what I have. Is this what I need? Because if it's not, it'll tell me like, no, this is not what you need. So go back to Vercel, and then we're going to find out what we need. Because it right now, they don't really know what I need. So I'm just going to click Vercel and open it and say, copy paste what it says on Vercel and say, this is my new thing, whatever it says. This is what it shows. This is my new at. And it says, hey, this is where I have to put it. You can even copy the whole thing. So literally just copy this whole thing if it lets me. My God. Okay. So copy this whole thing, paste it in there, and then it's going to tell you what to do with it. It's going to say, something's wrong. Go fix it. So it says perfect. Vercel is telling you exactly what you need to do. So update the A record on Namescheap. So I'm going to go in here, edit, and then see the IP address is different, and it tells me it's different. So then I'm going to type in 216. And if you've done this enough time, you're going to have it saved. But you could just type it. Save the changes and see what pops up. So at this point, they should be, it says wait 10 to 30 minutes for the DNS to update. It shouldn't take too long. It should just, so I'm just going to refresh. Because at this point, it's done. We're done. It should be, you should be able to go to your website and go look at it in all its glory. Let's see, something's wrong. So if there is something wrong, make sure the numbers are right, and you can copy and paste, and then you can, so you can copy and paste this to Claude and say, like, what's going on here? So and it's going to probably kick me back to Vercel and say something's wrong with your Namescheap, and it's going to kick me back and forth probably, because at this point it's like something's different. And then I'm going to copy and paste here and say something's wrong here. So what's wrong with this DNS? This is how I made it. And see what it says here. So it says perfect. Then just wait 10 to 24 hours or whatever. And then it actually says test it. You can test it right here. So try visiting. Let's click it. Open new link. Because that should be the website, winslow/design.com. Let's see, what was I? You know what I was thinking too? So yeah, here's the Vercel app. But you know what I was thinking was the pictures. Remember how I had images up and I didn't use the images? Could it be? And over here it was supposed to be easy. So I was, you know what? Yeah, and you can ask. I never added the images. You know, it's funny. Well, instead of telling it to Claude, I'm gonna copy and paste. I'm just gonna copy this image here. Let me just copy it, save it onto my downloads, and then I will just give it to Claude. I will literally download it and feed it to Claude and say, hey, you know what? I forgot I didn't put any images up. And this could be causing why it's not popping up anything on the other end, because it's using an image that is not there in the coding, and I totally forgot about it. So this is the only JPEG I have, right? I didn't think about adding images. So we could tell him that and say, hey, this is all I have. Wow, this is much more complete design. Oh, okay, cool. Let's see. What do I do? What to do? So it's telling me what to do. So let's just add this, right? And it's going to give me options probably on how to add it. So this will update your code fastest. Okay. So yeah, go with option 1. I just like scrolling down. I don't feel like reading all he has to say. So you can just, yeah. And then I'm going to tell him, let's get rid of the images, right? Let's get rid of that folder that I had. And it's going to give it to me all in code so that we don't have to deal with images anymore. And we can just add it back later. It's not a big deal. Like I said, we can always, yeah. We can always add those in later. Let's just try to get this page up real quick. Let's see, taking forever. It's probably going to be a lot, so with my luck, I'm going to have to stop the recording and start it back up right when it finishes, just for it to hurry up. Otherwise, we'll be sitting here for a while. Let's see. We'll give it a bit. And then if not, I'll stop the recording and then I'll just pop it back up on when it finishes. I was trying not to break. I'm just trying to do this like in one recording. I know this is probably the most boring 30 minutes of your life here, but I thought like if I don't cut and you see me build it in real time, then you'll be like, oh, okay, if he can do it, then I can do it. And anybody can do a website in, 20, 30 minutes. Oh, damn. Oh, I knew it was going to happen. Okay. So, dang it. So, yeah, I might have to ask it to do it again and then unrecord. Like, click stop recording and then come back once it's done. I'm giving it too much work. Yeah, I'm doing this on a laptop, so I'll be right back. Okay, so this is what it kicked back. Now that we're back, this is what it kicked back. Literally left off where we left off. So we're just going to delete the images that I had, and then we're going to read what it kicked back here. It was just a quick cut. I'm sorry about that. So let's see what it says. It says replace your files and then push to GitHub. So delete the images folder. That's what I did. And you could literally ask it for this stuff. Like, it's updated all these codes for us, whatever. We can just copy and paste. But you can ask it to compile all this stuff. You can just say, hey, can you give me a full thing of all this? I just don't want to cut again. I just want to get this done. So we'll just scroll all the way up. Oh my gosh, this is much more. This is longer than I thought. Let me just open this. We'll just paste it here. So delete, paste. That's the new code for that. So we're going to have to replace all three of these little codes here. Let's see what else it says here. And you can check and read and make sure you have the right code in the right place. Because if you put the wrong code in the wrong place, then it's not gonna work. So take your time and read. So here's my index, and it's gonna tell me what updates it made in the index. Just grab the last index that it gave me. That's what I'm gonna do. And then it wants me to bash it forward. I don't see my script though. I just see style and index. Here's my style. Exit out of that. Where's my... Yeah, I just don't see the script. So probably have to... I'm just going to do the index. And then I'll ask it to spit back the script. Because I don't see the script in here anywhere. So if you don't see something, you can ask Claude about it and say, hey, I don't see this. Give it to me. Because I literally just see style and index and I see no script. So even though it says, hey, add these three, I don't see the third one. So I'll just ask it for it and say, hey, can you feed me this whatever text or whatever? You missed one. Whatever you're going to say to it so that it gives it back to you. So let's just get this index out the way. Copy. Ooh. So it looks ugly, but then that's okay. That is okay. So we're just going to copy, delete all this stuff. You can go from bottom to top, top to bottom. It don't matter as long as you delete it. And then just paste over it. It's a little longer. Okay. And then don't forget to save. So @s, save everything. So when you're done putting in the code, you have to put the little Command S. I push Shift S or Command S or whatever it is on your computer to save this stuff. And then copy is whatever. Control copy, Control X cuts it, and then Control V pastes it. So I'm just like copy pasting, cut pasting. And then see, it's telling me to bash, but it tells you to replace all the files. And I'm just like, where is my script? So you can actually tell it like, you're telling me to replace these three things, but I don't have the script. So can you just give me the script? Yeah, full script. and then it should give it to me. But you can do this with all three of them. You could say, hey, can you just spit these three to me? And then, or even ask it, does this look right? Because sometimes the code doesn't work. It comes up with an error. And so you have to show it the code and say, hey, the code is spitting back an error. What's going on? And it'll tell you how to fix that code. So not perfect all the time, but he's doing a pretty good job. Yeah, Claude does a great job. Ooh. So yeah, you can always ask it like, anyway, but yeah, you could ask it. I was going to copy and paste and say, does this look good? But it's fine. I'm sure y'all believe me. So let's just push it to GitHub, and it's going to tell you how to push it to GitHub. We're just going to, you can just run it. So let's see, it's going to see one at a time. But yeah, you just copy, paste, go to your terminal at the bottom, paste. And as long as it's blue, that little blue dot pops up on the left, you're good to go. And then push it to GitHub. And then it'll tell you if nothing's red. So everything's blue. That's a good sign. If it was red and it has errors, then you just literally do what, it tells you to do. It tells you how to fix it. So at this point, it should work. So Vercel, and then Vercel takes it and it should, so you can always check Vercel and make sure that the project's been updated in Vercel. So you can even check here, see how it says now. That means that all that stuff recently was edited and fixed here in GitHub. So the files have been saved and fixed. Probably that was the issue. I don't remember if I saved them or not. Oh my gosh. So edit this. See how so yeah, this Winslow design is all messed up. I'm supposed to connect to an environment save right here. So it's supposed to say production. So yeah, now we have to, you can copy this and spit it back and say, hey, make sure those numbers line up, the 216. And then it should work as long as the numbers. I'm over here panicking like, what did I do wrong? Yeah, because I was on the wrong. Okay. Oh, thank God. Okay. So yeah, it worked. Okay, that freaked me out. But yeah, it should, as long as the numbers line up on the names cheap, then it should be good to go. So let's just type in .com. Boom, there it is, Winslow Design, and you can probably check that on your phone right now. I'm going to leave it up, and then we'll probably edit this page. Like we'll go step by step fixing this page. But boom, you have a website. There you go, it's up. And then now you just have to edit it and make it look pretty. It has pretty much everything you would want: an about, a contact. We probably need to put some kind of legality on there, but we can always add that to the page later. But yeah, congratulations. If you follow the tutorial, you have a website. You did it. That's pretty much all. That's pretty much it. Yeah, we did it. Congratulations. Have fun. Edit your thing. No, but if you want a tutorial on how to fix the website from this point and say, hey, I actually want to make it look good, how can I do that? Then I'll probably make a continued tutorial on this. Let me know if it's something you want. If it is, great. If it's not, then yeah, that's fine too.